Hi guys, I'm your teacher Luke. Many of my students ask me how to speak more naturally in English, and one of the things I tell them is to use more phrasal verbs. This is because phrasal verbs are really common in everyday spoken English, but many learners, probably like you, don't use them. But not anymore, because in this video I'm going to show you 5 phrasal verbs you can use to talk about your job and show you how to use them correctly. But before we start, please hit that like button and subscribe to this channel if you're new here. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so the first phrasal verb is get ahead. Get ahead. Here's an example. If you want to get ahead in a job like mine, you have to work long hours. So the phrasal verb get ahead means to be successful in your job, to be ahead of others. Have a look at this example. It's difficult for women to get ahead in politics. This means that it is difficult for women to be successful in politics. Okay, good. Now you know what this phrasal verb means, let's take a look at how to use it correctly. So to get ahead is what we call an intransitive phrasal verb. That means you don't need to use an object with it. So I can just say, I want to get ahead. That is a complete sentence. But if you want to add more information, you can by using the preposition in, just like this. I want to get ahead in my career.
That's not the way to get ahead in life.
Son, if you want to get ahead in this world,
The next one is knock off. Knock off. For example, I usually knock off work early on Fridays. So to knock off means to stop or finish work, usually at the end of a workday, so at 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. This is an informal phrasal verb, so don't use it with your boss or your manager. Instead, use it with your colleagues or your friends. Now let's take a look at how to use knock off correctly. So firstly, you should know that this is a transitive phrasal verb. That means we must use an object with it. For example, I knocked off work early. In this sentence, work is the object. The second thing you need to know is that this is a non-separable phrasal verb. So it's always I knocked off work, not I knocked work off. That's incorrect.
Because I gotta knock off work to come here and the commute is killing me.
The third one on this list is snowed under. Snowed under. So here's a quick example. I can't make it to the party tonight because I'm snowed under at work. So to be snowed under means to be really busy with a lot of work and you feel overwhelmed or stressed by it. Okay, so how do we use this phrasal verb correctly? Well, it's mostly used with the prepositions with and at. For example, I'm snowed under with work at the moment, or I'm snowed under at the office.
No, there's no way I can get away now. I am snowed under at work.
Another good phrasal verb you can use at work is to stick at something. Stick at something. So here's a quick example. Even though I'm finding this new project really difficult, I'm going to stick at it. So to stick at something means to continue to work hard at something even though you find it really difficult. Another common example is, if you stick at it, I'm sure it'll get a lot easier. What this means basically is don't quit, continue working hard even though you find it difficult right now. Okay, again, how do we use this correctly? Well, stick at is again a transitive phrasal verb. That's why we always say stick at something. It needs an object and that something is the object. You should also know that this is a non-separable phrasal verb. So the object always comes after the phrasal verb. Like this, stick at your job. Stick at your work.
You just have to stick at it, and you will.
And the last phrasal verb is a really common one, and it is pile up. Pile up. Here's an example. My work keeps piling up. It never ends. So we use pile up when something becomes more and more, usually in a negative way. For example, like work, paperwork, meetings, problems, this kind of thing. Here's another example. The problems in my office keep piling up. Okay, and of course, let's take a look at how to use pile up correctly. So to pile up is an intransitive phrasal verb. That means you don't need an object with it. So you can just say, something piles up. My problems pile up. My work piles up. If you want to add more information, you can add an adverb after the phrasal verb, just like this. My work piles up quickly. In this sentence, quickly is the adverb and it adds more information to your sentence.
Paperwork's piling up.
Okay, that's it for this video. If you liked it, please give it a like and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Also, do you have any recommendations for future videos? If you have something you want me to teach you, write it in the comments below and I'll make a video just for that. Okay, see you guys.